Still so cool. Alright. Let's continue. Code error. Action. Data structure with index does not exist. Ignore. 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 That's not good. Well, this is, a new version. Hoverbat emailed me back and sent a new version. This is version, 0.5. Whereas the previous version was 0.2. So a couple things were fixed, a couple of things I complained about, and I have to be careful because I don't necessarily want to... It's probably the save data having a fit when switching, that's what I thought. Yeah, it's I don't wanna, like, change too much. You know, I don't want to be so much of a babby that the creator cannot, you know, try to increase the difficulty a little bit. So, hear me out, Hoverbats, if you're watching. I think keep doing what you're doing, but I will give helpful tips along the way. And they emailed me and said that they like the helpful tips. So, that said though, don't take everything I say to heart. Like, definitely make your own decisions here, too. I do have the benefit of having played this game probably dozens of times, but that doesn't mean that my, my changes are gonna be all good ones. Saw good ones. Wow. But that said, I think, so you know, the Hoverbats person is still reworking the first dungeon a little bit, like the dark rooms. And, that little squishy dude won't knock you back into the water. So that's good. Other than that, I think it's just a couple little minor things. They said... Dark Palace rooms, flashing is off now by default. Troll slime, a little extra room. And, it is a bit difficult from my biased perspective for me to gauge what is fair. Added challenge without more input from other players. So I'm assuming... they just wanted to watch me play the game a little bit. And figure out, maybe, you know, what might work and what, you know, what doesn't. But regardless, I do think 90% of this has been really great. Anyway, I have to jump off of some enemies. Does anyone remember where that was? What town that was in? Also, is Dev actually in chat? Is that confirmed? Has Dev taken any notes from the previous stream? Yes. What is Dev's name? Do we have real Dev in chat? I'm trying to find it. Chat is already, packed. Which is cool. It's just Hoverbat? Okay, cool. Well, one of these villages has to, be the one I'm looking for. By the way, while I'm doing this... Oh, there's Hoverbat. North Rudo Mountains, thank you. While I'm doing this, I played, Songs of Conquest today, which is like a Heroes of Might and Magic indie game. It's a little expensive, but it's really cool. That'll be on the Full Sauce channel at some point, but I really enjoyed it, and I've never played a Might and Magic game. No, it's not card, it's RPG, but it's strategy, it's, adventure. It's cool. It's really good. It's like, turn-based grid strategy with different troops, and, you know, it's just awesome. But it needs a little bit more work, so... I would say, hold off, wait for a sale, and see where it is in like another 6 months to a year. Oh look, they put up the statue, that's a nice touch. Vinny, did you install C05? I did, and I got an error starting the game. I ignored them. There were 3 errors. I ignored them. And here we are. So we got North Rudo Mountains. This is all new, by the way. If anyone here has never played Zelda 2. This is new. Nice. Oh, and blocks, too. New sand. That's really nice. That sand would not be possible on the NES. It's a fella. There's a fella up there. Keep in mind for whoever is watching this that's like, oh man, why wasn't some of this stuff actually in the NES version? They still had hardware limitations, and certain visual things that are in this would not be allowed on the NES. Miyamoto would not allow it. He would actually fucking dropkick you if he knew what was happening right now. Miyamoto would give you the people's elbow. This is cool, though. I mean, I do like the idea of this being even a little bit more difficult than the original, but in the optional sense. Like, here's a couple of areas that are actually more difficult, but they're for collectibles that you may not want to get, because this shit is balls. It's like balls hard. Yeah, I've heard balls cold and balls hard, which I don't know why any of those things apply to those things. Like, balls just do not strike me. I don't know. I don't know, it's a weird expression. Maybe no one else has heard it before, but if it's really cold out, I've heard balls cold. And if something is very difficult, I've heard balls hard. Speaking of balls hard... Oh, whoa. Duke Nukem Forever. Like... It leaked. The early version. And there's like just straight up porn in it. Because they didn't fix it. They didn't add... They had like temporary, images, and some of it was like, you know, naked. So I did want to check that. Oh no! Yeah, the 2001 build. So, yeah, Duke Nukem. There will be a Duke Nukem look. I think I want to take a look at that 2001 version, but I don't think I should stream it. Because that is just gonna be... You know, that's just gonna be like a ticket for disaster, so I'll probably just pre-record it, check it out that way. According to some people that like retro FPS games, this version of Duke Nukem Forever is perhaps even better than what we got, which is kind of a low bar, but still kind of interesting. Okay, that was weird, but alright. And it's like totally incomplete, but they changed engines, I think 3 times, 2 or 3 times. And the 2001 version apparently had actual, like, heart in it. Like the early 2000s charm. But again, never finished, and totally underdeveloped because it was understaffed. But, on the positive side, there's a dedicated piss button, and you can pee anytime you want, but you piss out your mouth. Which I'd like to think was a design choice, and not some unfinished thing that they left in by accident. I'd like to think that that's actually what Duke Nukem Forever would have been. Is Duke just peeing out of his mouth on command. Truly the original Postal 2. Yeah, piss coming out your ass. There was a glitch in this that I found out about. When you died, your level up would default to health. So the hoverbats fixed that. That's why I upgraded health so many times, even though it was more expensive. I didn't realize why that was happening. It was that. So, I'm actually bug testing the game. For real. Like, there's quality assurance happening during these streams. When is release? I don't know. Hoverbats is in chat. I don't think there's any specific... Maybe no specific answer on that, but, maybe let me beta test this first? But yes, this is all new content. Ah! God damn the Zelda 2 jump physics. Link is cool, there's a weight to Link's jumping that I like, but you need momentum. There's a very specific kind of jump momentum where precise jumps can be nightmares. So let me pretend that I'm actually a pro at this game. For a minute. This game needs a piss button. Yes, it does. Every game would benefit from a piss button. Like P-War. Remember that gem? Hidden gem of 2022, P-War. Okay, now, how the fuck am I gonna do this? I guess like that. 500. It's worth it. Has your GPU forgiven you for P-War yet? It is now a GPEE-U. Have you gotten Orc Massage yet? No, chat member. And it was a total coincidence that the game uploaded today on the Full Sauce channel was called Orcs. Total coincidence. I had recorded that like 6 days ago, 5 days ago, and Johnny just randomly uploads the Orc game very close to the clip of me being told to play Orc Massage getting uploaded. Yes! Total coincidence. No, Johnny doesn't do any weird stuff like that. Wow! So there's a fairy up there, and that's an interesting one. It looked like a red fairy. I couldn't really see. Okay. It's very interesting. Hey, Dev? Does that mean I no longer turn into a cock? I'm sorry, Dev. I'm going to be asking you questions during this playthrough. Try casting cock magic. I don't have any magic for it. Bring it back to the fairy in the house. Oh, right. Maybe I shouldn't... Right, maybe I shouldn't be asking... Maybe that's a spoiler. Here's what I will ask instead. Dev, did I miss anything up here? Or are we good? Are we House of Gucci? Okay, so Red Fairy protects you from dying in a pit once? Yeah, I'm dumb. That's what you should be doing there, and I didn't do that. Okay. If you have enough life. Okay, I see. That's a smart change, actually. I think that makes sense. That's a way to mitigate some of the bullshit jumps in this game. But still, you have to pay for it with your health. So that's cool. That's an interesting addition to the game. Dev, you have, I'm assuming you've made games before, yes? It's a quality of life change, but it's cool because you actually have to earn it. It's not just given to you. You have to find it and, like, platform up to it, so that's cool. Not this extensive. Well... Devonius in chat. I think it's a great idea. So we have this up here, right? I'm assuming this is just, like, a hint that there's something over here. And not a place you can actually get to. Oh, I can't even go there yet. Okay. I'll try not to annoy you too much, Dev. Vinny, do you want to know the container pieces you missed? Yes. Please? Give me one. Give me one heart piece that I missed. I'll take one. Talk to townfolk in Raru. Alright. Hello. Hello. Sorry, I know- wait, do you know nothing? I know nothing. Hello. Like when Luke Skywalker introduces himself to the droids. He's like, hello! I saw... Alright, Dev, well, here you go. I'm helping you out. Don't worry about it. Just a little... Just a healthy bug test. No, it's pronounced... Raru. New Saul episode was a very slow one. I saw a heart near North Castle, is what that dude was gonna say. I liked New Saul episode quite a bit. Because it took its time, and it made you really feel like this dread. There was some, good payoff. And also the return of a character that I really wanted to see what they were up to. The stuff with Howard was amazing. Like, easily the best Howard episode yet, perhaps. But yeah, it continues to go really well. It's just that I found out the show isn't doing very well in the ratings, but I think that's also because people aren't watching live TV as much, and AMC Plus sucks the big nut, so perhaps people are just doing what I'm doing, which is watching it, you know, in other ways. Okay. I'm assuming that's not North Castle. I saw a heart near North Castle was the tip. Cock-soaked, says chat. Well, that's a palace. You start at North Castle. Oh. I still like the way this was designed. It's really cool. Well, let's take a look around the castle and see if there's anything I missed. Also, I can't believe they got Mike to do his own stunts. Jonathan Banks. Blows my mind. He climbed a ladder. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Yeah, he climbed a ladder. It was crazy. Oh! New enemy, which is actually just a famous Zelda enemy. God, I love all these little catacombs. They just look very in line with the way the game looks already. I need that level up. Need that level up. Here's a different... Is this the crypt? Huh. Oh, okay, so this is where the slimes go. So there are 12 of them. Well, I didn't expect Zelda 2 to become my main playthrough, but here we are. I mean, it's not Thanksgiving, though I must give thanks for this new version of Zelda 2, of which I am enjoying. God, I really hope they do another, spin-off in the Breaking Bad universe, like another prequel. And they could just cast Jonathan Banks again as Mike. Like a, 28-year-old Mike. I've said it before, but I just really want that to happen. Because Jonathan Banks he's actually a big softie. Like, he during interviews has cried on a number of occasions in regards to, like, the show being over. And like when he was filming Saul, he was like, where's the other guys? Where's everyone else? Like he actually is the complete opposite of his character. Oh, here it is. And at least that's my thoughts. I could be wrong, as I am wrong frequently, but I will say that Jonathan Banks should just continue playing Mike for another 10 years. He's got it in him. Sequel in which Huel just lives in his house forever. I'm telling you, it's better no Babino. Vinny, he's 75. What, you're telling me a 75-year-old can't play a 35-year-old? Skinny Pete. Oh my god. Well, this makes logical sense. It's very un-Zelda 2. Things make sense. Wow. So yeah, there's a whole crypt underneath the palace, the castle. That is interesting. Hey, here's a question. Does anyone remember there was, a spot where I needed the down stab maneuver? Was it in a town? It was a single spot. It was like a lone spot. It was in a town. Which town? It was King's Tomb. Oh, okay, you're right. It was King's Tomb. It was right here. Wow. Yeah, it actually kind of blows my mind to... Oh, wait, no. No, this is something different. This is not downstab. This is gonna require a different thing. It blows my mind that there's actually meaningful content in areas of Zelda 2 that had no meaningful content. So I have to get over there, and usually there's a hidden fall. We're gonna find out if that's actually still the case. It's like 3 away from... Yep, it's still there. King's Tomb, and there was a house in a town with a pathway blocked off down in the corner. You know what? Before I go to the next palace, which town was that? Does anyone remember? Was it the White Town by the bridge? Hidden Fall Saul. Oh my god. It was the building above the church, blocked with blocks. No, no, no. I already got that. That's good, chat member. Being a long-time member of the Vinesauce community helps me get a better job. Now I work for a company that channels play, and the money that Vinesauce is hope. Use it money to help children across the United States. Thank you, Vine community, for making my life unintentionally better. Okay. Congrats. That's, you know... Oh, that was this fairy's friend. Oh, and we get a heart piece for it. That's cool. That's great, chat member. I'm glad. I think I got what you were saying. I think I caught the drift. And, I'm really happy that we could make some of that work for you. And I definitely would imagine we'll be doing more of it. I actually do have something charity-related planned for this year as well. Couple different things. Just something unrelated to the big charity, but just, you'll see. No, I'm not talking about that. It's a different thing entirely. You'll see in the time that it happens. I don't know how else to explain it. But, the details are still being worked out. I don't think it's related to P-War, no. Okay, so this is a change. Normally you need Fairy to get over here, but... I see... That does not appear to be the case right now. Oh, for fuck's sake. That does not- that is bad water. That's stinky water. You help put the video game machine together and work the phone. Oh, cool, okay, I got what you're saying, Kermit. Orc massage for charity. If I were to do orc massage, there would be no charity. I would not be able to raise another dollar ever again for charity. Oh, damn it, I used the wrong thing. Did orc massage become a new meme in the past 2 days? Vinny, what's your magic piece count? That? I would recommend you talk more to townfolk. Wow, they're all synchronized. You must save Hyrule. Ask Error of Rudo about the palace. Can't remember which town. Mate, you made it. Wow, the game has a pause button now. What kind of witchcraft is this? I think it's that town, though. I didn't see anything. I'm gonna continue trying to get to that palace. It looks like you need... So... It looks like in order to get there, you need to use jump and chicken. So there's like a minimum magic requirement. Consider removing the jump requirement. But do not listen to a goddamn word I say, because I am not a game developer. Okay? Just because people are going to get, like, stuck here for a while they scour for more magic. I could be wrong, though. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what's happening. So I think I need to use jump first, and then fairy. So we're gonna try that. Jump. So we got jump. And now... fairy. Okay. Oh, okay, you know what? No, never mind. Because this was designed around jump and fairy, and it looks like... Oh god. Okay, no, that's fine. That works. And I have magic to spare, so no, you're good. Dev, don't listen to me. I thought I was, like, pretty much out of magic. Oh, that's to get back. Alright. There better not be any secret tiles here. Nope. Okay, so... San Diego. You know the song by now. So this is dirt themed. Got it. Let me just kill the junkie. Stabbing to the rhythm of the song is not as easy as it looks. My name is John Michael Morbius, and today I am humbly requesting that you not only see my movie, but enter it into the running for an Academy Award. I am such a method actor that I drank nothing but human blood for 3 weeks in prep for this role. Without telling my co-stars. I am such a method actor, I actually died for the role. Maybe we could have Jared Leto play Jesus. Oh, he already does in his head. So I saw that elevator up there. God, I hate having to fight, Iron Knuckles. Or Dark Nuts. What are these lads? I always forget. I always forget what these ones are. But I hate having to fight them in, like, small spaces like that. Because then I have to play Zelda 2 correctly. Or the way it was supposed to be played. And I'm like, nope. Dark Knuckles. That's helpful. Thank you, chat member. Without my cheesy little tactic, it's not as fun to fight those lads. They're Iron Knuckles. You're supposed to pogo? Not really, you can't pogo because they will shield. They shield the pogo. My name is Morbius. My first name is Pogo. Do I have to fucking watch this movie just so I can mine it for meme material? Or is it better that I never watch it and just, like, invent what it is in my mind? My name is John Michael Morbius, and I am a werewolf. I ride a motorcycle and listen to classic rock. I need blood transfusions once a year, otherwise I turn gray and die. Except I don't die, I just piss myself through my mouth. Love getting stuck down here with the boar's heads. Vinny, that was your fault. Yep. Have you seen Multiverse of Madness yet? No, I haven't even seen The Northman. Or Everything, Everything, Everywhere. That's what that's called, right? These rooms are terrible, and I've already nerfed them twice. says, new official developer of Zelda 2. Yeah, they kind of suck, don't they? Welcome to the worst room in the game. It's up there. You know, I will say, I did enjoy when movies came to streaming at the same time as movie theater. I remember it like it was, last year. Because I would watch... The only movie I would want to see in the theater of those is maybe the Stranger movie. Because that's like a special effects, like, slutfest, you know? So I'd want to see that in the theater, but the other two I would watch at home. It wasn't all that with the special effects? Oh. Would you want to see Howard the Duck introduced to the MCU? At this point, yeah, I think that would be a good way to continue its relevance and weirdness without people getting so bored of fucking cape nonsense. I mean, he's already in Guardians of the Galaxy, but I think, like, we need a lot of Howard. Like, a lot. And we could have the dude who does Howard, Hamlin from Better Call Saul, do the voice. He's already got... You know what? He would be a good Howard the Duck. Patrick Fabian. Do it. It's all connected, man. It's all connected! I don't know, I want to see a duck walking around alongside Captain America or whatever B-tier superheroes are currently being flogged for entertainment. I'll tell you what, that was a huge waste. I'll tell you why that was a huge waste. Because I was that close to a level up. Dumb. So dumb. Well, we're going back in because we don't have the item. I could have leveled up twice. Chat, you may not want to waste all your brain cells, because at some point they may come in useful. Also, dogs, listen to this. Pink cranberry juice. Trash? What do you mean, trash? I was just gonna say, it's good. Where was that elevator? The elevator's up here, so let me just see what's going on there. We have to climb this without taking severe head trauma damage, I guess. I think they fall faster now. Also, the room itself, I think, is kind of different. By the way, this was original Minecraft. I used to play this game just to come here and like, play with the blocks. Maybe not this castle, but... Did you do the airplane stage on GoldenEye with the tank as endless combat too? Yes. Yes, I did. If I had the upstab, this would be a lot easier, but I don't get that until later, so... At some point I'll get it. Maybe not. Copium, says a chat member. Yeah, cringe contrarian copium. Chat, it's not happening. I tried. Well, there's an elevator up there. No. No. There we go. Luckily, the blocks don't do a ton of damage. Oh, fuck. This is awesome. Nighttime slime time. Is this slime fucking glitched? Oh no. Nighttime slime shrine. I can't say that. Nighttime slime shrine. Say that 4 times fast. Nighttime slime shrine. It just broke my fucking brain. Purple burglar alarm. Purple burglar alarm. Make the blocks look like the slime lad. That's silly. That's just silly. Well, how do I know how wide it has to be? Is this the length of wide? How would he do the eyes? Yeah, how do I do the eyes? The yellow grass? Is the grass the signifier here? Because... Dev, is this happening? You know what? Why wouldn't it be happening? It's happening. It gives you the left eye. It does. There's that. Vinny, you just gotta count. Alright. So there's, I'm gonna go with the yellow grass. But I don't know how that eye is going to work, so... Dev, how do I make the eye? Now you can make it from the side. Burrow under from the right. Not like this. No, that's it, correct, right? No, good, yes. No, that's middle. There's the eye. Which eye am I looking at? Is that not it? No. So it's 1, 2. It's hard to count. 1, so that's 1, 2, and then eye. Oh. Left eye good, but right eye not. It's okay, I'm gonna burrow again, chat members. Watch. Watch the burrowage. It's fine. Now we just have to get rid of these blocks, so they fill in. Map, 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 map. Map, map. We carve now. In San Diego. Carve. You need one more layer to the left. You are correct. I think. Oh. Wow, I'm about to die. While carving a slime in a palace in Zelda 2. What the fuck? Tenacious little slimes. Now I can carve. The reward for all this, like, slime hunting better be worth it. I better get the Shasta sword. He's gonna fuck it up. No! Just gonna do this in the slowest possible way. Just so I don't make any mistakes. Weren't you just talking about playing Minecraft as a kid with these blocks? What are the odds? Yeah, tell me about it. It's pretty much that. I mean, it's cool side content. I did it. That is 1-to-1. You don't need the 2 outermost columns. Well, what now? You get nothing! Wrong, it is flipped. Oh no. Dev, what is this? Fuck. It's all one block to the left too far? Do they have to mirror? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do I have to... Your one column to... I should change that to acceptable. I think that's up to you. But Yeah. That's not a... You know, wouldn't be a bad idea to... So now the eyes have to move over to the right. One. One each, right? This is fucked. Yeah, that is... Yes. Yes. See, we have confirmation you will get something from this. I can't see how we wouldn't. I mean... Slimes are collectible in the game, so yeah, I think yes. This music is gonna get stuck in everyone's head. So this is an eye that is done for us, correct? So, is that correct? Am I dumb? I mean, yes, but sometimes. This is correct, okay. Ow. Yeah, stop the blocks with your head. No, this is good now. This is fine. Now we carve. Now we carve. I saw one of those cool things like the Shrimbo mail. Are you a Shrimbo or Shrigma? But I saw, are you a Ziegler mail? Or are you an Irma? Very rare. Very, very rare. I will show you. Please give me a moment here. Alright, hang on. One second. It's important, you'll see. There's two important things I want to show you before we finish this. Alright. So, here's how you know if you're a Ziegler. Right, which is very rare. It's super rare. Is it worth 50 Irma? And, also... this. I gotta say, the shitposts for Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul just keep getting weirder and better. Pulped. I catch your drift now. Also, there's that sound, the famous sound. We did it. Yeah, I think, just giving a little bit more of an acceptable parameter. I do know about finger. Is the Ziegler mail worth 30 fingers? I don't know. But, I have to find... The more you drag this on, the more the words better, call, and Saul become unusable. Yeah. Item should be there. No, the slime was the item. Killing the slimes counts as item. They're this game's golden Skulltula at this point. I don't know what that eventually accomplishes, but I'm assuming we'll find out soon. Well, soon meaning the end of the game. Saltula? Oh my god. Hey, for as much running the Saul shit into the ground as I'm doing, chat is not helping. Or they are helping. Yeah, good position on this enemy. The fuck is this? Why was Angry Head come attack? Jump up? I thought so too, but I don't know. Oh my god. Oh, we went mental with this dungeon, didn't we? This is new, completely. Like, there's no room that even looks close to this in Zelda 2 originally. Fucking hell. Well, that was acceptable distance. But I still have to go up there, so... let's hope one of these fuckers drops more magic. At least the beep doesn't overwrite the music. No, not yet. There's a chicken hole up in the top left, top right there. Let's do the chicken hole first, since I have just the right amount of magic for it. Cock hole? No. No, chicken hole. Fuck! Ah! What? There was supposed to be a heart there. Error in action number 1 of other event room start. Data structure index does not start. GML script G room start. Stack frame. Something, something, something. Ignore it 3 times and then I can play. There was a stack dump. So yeah, I mean, it's probably a good idea you didn't release this yet. But yeah, there should have been a heart piece there, eh? I'm just wondering where the item is. Custom Lobot, custom action figure, custom game. I mean, we're gonna talk about Star Wars soon, because I'll be playing Star Wars. Stop looking up my yeah, chat members are looking up your lyrics, Dave. Look at what you've done. You've made a famous video game parody song that makes 0 sense. No, and listen, in some cultures that is considered to be a sign of great success. Has Vinny seen the $700 Tifa figurine? The one with the Buster Sword? Splitting her where the good Lord split her? Yes, I've seen it. I guess chat hasn't. Cook any tasty delights recently? I made fried pickle pork burger with fries. I mean, it was given to me on a recipe card with the ingredients, but I had to, like, apply heat and chop. It was good. I just realized how much easier Cock makes this. Look at that. You can just glide around. I can't get the cock up there. It's a very, very, very small jump. Yeah, there's no thing there. Oh well. Ah. It's quite unfortunate, but yes, the heart piece is not there. Cool that the item is up here. Something different. Yes! Mike Matei wants to know if you've ever tried Zelda 2 Randomizer Reloaded. Oh, hey, Mike. If you're... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, yeah. I have. I've done Zelda 2 Randomizer. A lot. Zelda 1, not 2. Zelda 1, I've done a couple times. Randomizer Reloaded? Well... I did one... I've drawn full maps for it to help him keep track. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, you kinda need to. I did one recently where your, overworld gets randomized. As well as dungeons. So I went mental. I randomized the whole game and it was a lot of fun. Even if it was kind of nightmarish at times. Remember that time you rafted down a mountain in Zelda 2? Rafted down a mountain? Maybe? It's a randomizer? The reloaded version has different graphics. It seems like you did the one I mean. Yeah, it had like a couple new, like, villages. You couldn't really do much, but it was new graphics at least. Mike Matinee. Living like a windrammer. I will never forget that as long as I live. I think I've done that one. But there's also, a couple different ones. I mean, there's so many different types of randomizers now. Do you think they'll ever do an HD remake of this game? No! Nintendo would sooner forget about this game's existence. Which is why I kinda don't think this is at risk for DMCA. Yeah, I feel you on that one, Mike. People ask me to say the word spin in a funny voice, too. That's one of those things that I will have for the rest of my existence on this planet. Meanwhile, they could just as easily be asking me to say the word spit. Spit! Have you seen the randomizer that combines Super Metroid and A Link to the Past? I have, and I don't want to play it. Really, just anything in that voice is good dopamine. Who are you calling a dopamine? I'm not mean, I'm not a dope. That was a dopey joke, though. I just say the word in a funny voice, and, like, people have put it in mods for video games, where something spins or rotates at a pleasing velocity, and I say the funny line, and people put it in video games and videos. It's a legacy. Hey Dev, what the fuck do I do here? Do I just need full magic again? Yeah, no, I have to go up here, but I think I need... So, jump and just jump? Okay. Speaking of Rogue Legacy, I played more of it, and I gotta be honest, that game is pretty fucking cool, and the new update helps with the grinding a bit. And, they rebalanced some of the trinkets to make them a little bit more viable. It is pretty cool. I have played a lot of games where I just started, played it once, and was like, I might come back to this. And then never came back to it. But I think Rogue Legacy is one that's gonna keep me going. Rogue Legacy 2 in particular. It's very good. Not for everybody, because it is a little grindy at times, and the progression can be a little slow, but I think it's great. The other game that I'm going to be playing, I think at least one campaign, is that Songs of Conquest game. That shit was awesome. Like Shadow Warrior 3. Yeah, I played Shadow Warrior 3. It was fine, but I ended up enjoying Turbo Overkill even more. Even though I only, made a video, I only played Shadow Warrior 3 one time, I almost got halfway through. Very, very short game. Yes, Mike, that is a thing that happens. Sometimes people just pick up on the weirdest shit, and it becomes a thing that just... it becomes lore. And Minecraft was such a big thing. It was so fucking huge. It's weird because I played Minecraft when I first started streaming. Made a whole channel dedicated to it at one point because it was such a big topic. Immediately got bored of the game after that. Didn't play it for 10 years because it was stupid. Because everybody was playing Minecraft and I didn't want to play it anymore. And I was like, yeah, it's too popular, it's dumb. And then I came around to it again, like a couple years ago, and I was like, oh no, this game's actually pretty good. And I ended up enjoying it. And then I tried to enjoy it again earlier this year, and I was like, nah, I'm bored of this game, stupid. So, maybe in another 10 years. Thus is the cycle of the craft. No, I didn't think it was stupid, I just didn't feel like building. I don't know, I kind of like... I'll wait for Hytale. Let's put it that way. By then it'll have a whole new... Like, that game looks cool, and it looks like it's got a whole new set of content and things to enjoy, and RPG elements. And maybe I'll like it, maybe I'll play it once and never again, I don't know. Oh, this is awesome. Cool tile set. Have you heard of Cube World? That game had so much potential. I've mentioned Cube World a bunch. And Cube World was... It was cool, and then it just didn't have any legs. And then the developer stopped making it. It just disappeared. But that was like one of those games that ended up being, like, overhyped. Hey, Dev, did I miss anything up there? Or am I good? I just want to know so I don't have to go back there. Yes, you missed. Alright, fine. We go back. Vinny, have you heard of Cube World? I heard you were interested in Orc Massage, and it is made by the same devs. Wow. Though, to be fair, an orc probably does have a world of pubes. And they're probably, like, razor sharp, too. Oh yes, I did miss something. Listen, you can't mention Cube World and not expect me to have some kind of comment. You're not guaranteed to like said comment. I can't wait for the Lord of the Rings Amazon show. The subtitle is Rings of Power, subtitle Cube World, and it's just gonna be like orcs getting, like, blasted. Hang on a second. What the fuck is happening? Is there conspiracies about JFK happening in chat? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to understand. There's like a weird exchange happening in regards to JFK and Lee Harvey Oswald, and it was very confusing. At no point have I mentioned JFK on today's stream. Weirdly, I do tend to mention JFK from time to time about going to the moon and doing the other things.
We to go to the moon and do the other thing.
I don't know what the other things are. Maybe it's orc massage. Maybe he knew. Maybe he knew about orc massage. He got like a dossier from the future. And he knew too much and they had to... These eyeballs hit kinda hard. Vinny, there is a glowing green person right behind you. I thought you were talking about an extra life for Link. I do enjoy all these little side areas that you've added to the game. And again, visually pleasing side areas too. Yes! Good shit! So I can't get that yet. How's the physics? It's exactly the same. Damn it. Hey chat. Don't spell mutt orcs backwards. Scrotum? Peak comedy. And whom the fuck lives here? Why did you come all the way here? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the same thing. Caution. This pit goes to... Oh. Well, that's nice. To Brazil? Baby, please come down to Brazil! You have to take the Brazil hole! Hey, Hover, I guess that was designed to just get me back here, but did I miss anything over there aside from that slime friend? Oh wow, no loading. No loading zones. I'm going to obviously not be completing something later in-game. Okay. So, considering that dungeon has a heart piece that I cannot get, maybe I can get it at another time. But yeah, this probably is not going to be a 100% run. I do want to get the slimes, though. Why not? There's another tiny house in the middle of the water. Welcome to Naburu. Amazing. I'll never forget that. Okay, now the real question is, will I still have to fetch a glass of water to one of the townsfolk? With boots, I could walk on the water. Nabusa! Oh! Help, the fountains have dried up. Oh, god damn it. I wanted to get a glass of water. I cannot help you. Stop by for a while. There's an old well backside of town. No, in Zelda 2, you legitimately just have to grab a glass of water. You just go over and press the button and that's it. You are persistent. Find heart over ocean. Huh. Oh, nice graphics. New enemies. I will say, developer, you did a lot more than your email led on. You're like, oh, just a couple new enemies and rooms. Just a few things. There's more than a few things here. There's several many things, in fact. I got tacos today. Well, actually, no, I didn't get tacos. I got carne asada from a new place that I wanted to try, right? And you know a place with Mexican food is good when they give you 3 whole scunions and, like, a moist, wet, hot poblano pepper, uncut. I'm not trying to be weird. Okay, let me say that like a normal human being. It was a whole poblano pepper that was just, like, boiled or steamed. And scunions. 3 scunions. It was legit. It was really good. I can see there are people here who do not know what a scunion is. It's like... I don't know, it's like an onion. It was, but like, it had leaves on it. It was like not, yeah, it was like steamed, scunion. And it still had the leaves on it. Like the roots, or whatever. I'm saying very dumb things right now, but the point is, it's a green onion, but it was like large and bulbous. Wow, this has turned into like a weirdly sexual conversation that I did not mean to turn it into. Well... Was this restaurant on the 6th floor? Yes, it was on the hidden 6th floor of the restaurant. There's a restaurant on the restaurant. Better hope that you have magic by the time you get here, chat members. Because if you don't have magic, you might be screwed. I kinda think giving the player a little bit more magic would help. The 6th floor is real, and it's not a restaurant, it's a hotel. It is a hotel turned into a theatrical setting. Still not sex. I like how this started as fetch a glass of water, and now it's this. Vinny, do you like Papa John's pepperoncino that comes in every pizza box? Let me stop you at, do you like Papa John's? Because I can answer the question starting with that, and ending with no. Oh, wow. This is the hidden 6th floor right here. Holy shit. Oh, you did the thing, the Zelda thing, that wasn't actually in Zelda 2. When the blocks attack you, that's pretty good. Floor tiles in every other Zelda game. Well, not every, but you know what I mean. I do enjoy the attempts to make Zelda 2 more like Zelda. Ha! That's cool. That's cool. This town holds a dark secret. It's whatever the fuck this is, that's the dark secret. I like that it just shits you out over there. Frogs. Those aren't frogs. Fecal exit? Why would you say that, chat member? Now the fountain actually has water coming out of it, yeah? Chat is fucking unhinged tonight, but I guess I am too, so... The water is back. We shall reward you. The water is back. Please fetch me a glass of water. This magic will make your sword shoot fire. Oh wow, it has another actual use. Amazing. You don't have to cast it, the wise man already did. I am not a wise man myself, chat member. Yeah, it's fairly inexpensive. Vinny, does this have a full world map to look at with the changes? I mean, you can do this. Doesn't look like you can move it around, but... Someone please compile this JFK orc sex conversation. No! No! No need. Let it be. Let it bleed. Leave it there. Here's the problem with modern internet, is sometimes people just can't let things exist ephemerally. Like, we are such preservationists. Where it's like, we must record every message of this chat. Please, Johnny, chat replay! Johnny, please! Chat replay! Like, you can let some things go. Like, some things don't have to be preserved. Nor should they be. Ever. But no, it's not a chat issue, it's the internet. It's just the way things are at the moment, where everything has some level of, like, there's a call for preservation.
Just kill the past. Build a new Death Star. Kill the past.
Sometimes it's fine for things to have existed briefly in a window of time. Listen, on a long enough timescale, everything is gonna go away anyway. As soon as the sun burns out, and the solar rays and the quantum photons hit your computer in the next couple hundred years, you know, when servers are pulped. I'm dooming a little bit, sorry. We went from cooming to dooming, sorry. Damn it. Whoa, Dark Forest? What the fuck? Oh, I see. Slime. That was clever. Oh no. It's a natural desire to fight entropy, but we kinda do that every day by existing. I believe I've talked about that in one of my songs, maybe several of my songs, I'm not sure anymore. I don't remember. Doom Vox, yeah, kinda. No, we're good. But Vinny, even after everything disappears, those who remain will still remember me if I eat the Mona Lisa. I like that chat message. There's a lot to unpack. That's exactly the kind of, like, thing I like in chat and life. Which is... it's deep. Sorry to ruin the joke, but I'm going to anyway. That made me think a little bit. It's utterly stupid, and yet there's some intelligence behind it. There's a deeper truth. But you said it in the fucking stupidest way possible, and for that, chat member, I would give you a gold medal, if I had one. Mountain town of Darunia. Again, nice little details. This town feels unique. Oh, you must save Hyrule as I turn into a slime. Did you remove the monsters that you can hit like 50 times? It is said the east of Naburu has... mountains in the background would be cool. Whoa, 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 hold up there. Let's not expect too much. I don't even know what that dialogue means. Not even the developers did. The localization most certainly didn't. Retrotype, you enjoying your paragraphs? Go ahead, you can't unpost the orc massage memes. No one will stop you. Retrotype is doing the same thing as that other chat member, but saying it in, like, 4 times as much text. But I will say that Retro is pretty on point with his stupidity as well. Vinny, I love Visions, and I'm excited for Afterthoughts. Are there any news? Is there any news you can share? It's an album of afterthoughts. And you get free aftershave with the vinyl. No, do I have any news? Well, Vinny, I love Visions, but Mirage was pretty good too. Thanks. Well, 5 of the songs, some of which will not make the album and will be on the EP instead, but 5 of them were recorded at the same time as the other 10 from Visions. So we were almost done with 15 songs before we released Visions. And it was gonna be like, well, here's 5 and plus another 5. And then I wrote 5 more. So, that bumped a couple off the album. That's the most I can say right now without spoiling too much. But, you know, you'll see. Maybe you'll like it. I think they're good. Music DLC, exactly. A powerful knight lives in this town. Yeah. What is an EP? An EP is it extended play? Is that what it stands for? Do not go in the basement. Eternal punishment. Erected penis. Yep, chat, you got it. Do not go in the basement, I've been told, so here we go. Well, an LP is a full-length album. That is interesting. It's just the bass line. The way I've always understood it was that an LP is a full-length album, which is like 8 or more songs, generally. And an EP is less songs. When things were on vinyl more, this probably made a whole lot more sense, but we still do it because it's fun. And so we've done one before. It's just a collection of songs that maybe sound good together that don't belong on the album. And so it's just some extra stuff. But they're not B-sides. See, oh god, then it gets confusing with B-sides, which is the 45's A-side and B-side. Oh, dear lord, how do you even explain this? Have you ever heard of a cassette tape, chat member? I have a feeling I'm not doing something right. Boomer rambling. The ravings of a lunatic. Talking about something called a cassette, which does not even exist. Oh, I think I get it now. Not just because chat said it, but because at the same time chat said it, I figured it out. Maybe. Yoda alone on an island. I don't know why he's on an island. Some island in the middle of the swamp on Dagobah. For years and years and years. Needing to get strong to defeat Vader or train Skywalker so that he could defeat Vader. He's on Swamp Island eating breadsticks and picking crust from his feet. When he has the brilliant idea, stronger I must get! How does Yoda become stronger? There's only one way, and Yoda knows this. There's not much to do on Dagobah. Sure, there's a weird evil cave. But there's only one thing Yoda can do to get strong. Rock A! I must crush. What Yoda doesn't realize is that it shaved like 50 years off of his life. It's very unfortunate. He would have been eating breadsticks with Luke in Return of the Jedi, had he not crushed so much. Palpatine crushed his balls too. He did, but not enough to stop him from having children. Palpatine jelked a little bit. That's the thing. That was his secret. What if they use the Force to do that? They do, they use the force of a rock. Vinny, none of these words are in the Bible. Oh, no, no, no. My child, jelking is in Genesis. Trust me. Could Sith be more effective at this, like using the choke technique? Yeah, some say Force choke is the pathway to many... nut. God damn it. That some would consider unnatural. Thank God the developer of this has watched my streams for long enough to know the stupidity. Could you imagine if it was just some random person who was a Zelda 2 fan and they're like, I'll check out this Vinesauce guy and, you know, see what he's up to. Darth Carradine attempted to master the Force choke.
Darth Carradine! A nice apprentice you are, but unskilled in many ways.
It's fucked up now. Yeah, it's gone from haha funny, like weird penis crush, to oh no, Darth Carradine. You know what? If he survived, we could do the bit. But I'm not comfortable with it at this moment. But chat member, that was very good. I will say I enjoyed it. And I like a little bit of dark humor from time to time. And I will say Darth Carradine gave me a good chuckle. Maybe you didn't hear me laugh, but it was an internal chuckle. Darth humor? Oh my god. But that's like, honestly, that's like George Lucas level, like, naming conventions. Well, he's Insidious, so, you know, Darth Sidious, whatever. Darth Maul. It's like a blunt instrument, like a maul. I don't care, whatever.
I have a new apprentice.
What is his name?
Darth Tumor.
What? Yes, Darth Tumor. What about Darth Icky? That sounds like a good name. Darth Torchit. He was gonna name Starkiller Darth Icky. Yeah, I like how I didn't even play a Star Wars game yet. Like, that's still to come. And somehow we're talking about, like, various Darths. Vinny, talk to the townsfolk. Darth Malevolence is a chat member in chat right now, everybody. Are you talking about the randos that pass by? Yet, all these clever names in chat have made me laugh, but the one that made me laugh the most was Darth Poopsock. Not randos, but maybe a walker. I know nothing. I know nothing. I know nothing. Please save our town. Jump in a hole in the palace if you go. That? Not that one. Look for a heart in a field north of here. Oh, okay. See, if you've played Zelda 2 before, you know that the townsfolk are weirdly, like, cryptic and silly. And usually don't help. They know nothing or they turn into bats, so it's almost not worth talking to them. So, having experience with Zelda 2 kind of actively screws you over. A little bit. Also, have you been in that house you just passed? Maybe? I do know that I'm hitting my 2-hour mark, so I'm gonna probably just check out the maze and then play some Lego Star Wars. But... so it's just a random field. The spawn rate of the enemies makes this very difficult. North of here. Many fields have I passed. I got nothing, chat member. Dev, up north. That doesn't help. Up north does not help. Probably through the tunnel. Alright, let me see if I have been in the house. I'm pretty sure I've been in all of these houses. I have a new, enemy. Yeah, he's another Darth. His name is Darth Singularity. I mean, that's a cool name. Can, like, shoot, like, black holes from his wrists, like spider webs. Darth Morby. Don't give, Disney any more ideas. Sorry, that's Sony. So it's in a field to the north. Maybe it's this way. Oh god. Just when the Darth thing was cooling down, it is here again. And it's my fault. Dev, is it in this field, or have I gone too far? It is in this field. Oh, okay. There it is. Nice background graphics you got there. It looks really nice. Even though it makes no logical sense whatsoever, I'm not gonna bust you on that. Jesus Christ. It's a day-night cycle, but it only occurs when you enter that one square. Oh, okay, this is a whole thing. Darth Hitler! What? Chapman, you can't say that! That's the most evil name humanity could come up with. Fuck. Darth Antichrist. Alright, now that's pretty good too. Just something about the word Antichrist sounds evil in and of itself, you know? Well, this has been a weird conversation. We're gonna play LEGO Star Wars now. We're gonna get to the scene where Anakin doesn't like sand. So, hey, thank you for watching Zelda 2. We still got some dungeons left. Should be fun. And, that's 2 hours. Hover, thank you for stopping by and helping me out with this. It seems like you have a little bit of work ahead to fix a couple things, but overall it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy. It's still been just very high quality. So, you know, keep up the good work. We'll just use this BRB, and I will be back with LEGO Star Wars in just a minute. Gus Cringe.